Good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Coach Carol. My name is Carolyn Beasley. I am a life coach. I am also a mentor as well. Um, Hello, everybody in YouTube land. Um, what I'm going to talk about real quick in this video this morning is just basically talking about signs that you can pick up on when you know that someone is jealous of you. Of course, I myself have dealt with this many times with many different people over the years. Um, People that I thought that were friends of mine and things like that. People that I thought that I was cool with, they were actually low key jealous of me. For some reason or another. And but uh, Also in the book of James, chapter 3, verses 13 through 16, it says, "But if you harbor bitter envy and selfish ambition in your hearts, do not boast about it or deny the truth. Such wisdom does not come down from heaven." So that purely right there says that jealousy is not of God, but it is earthly. It is unspiritual, and it is also demonic as well. For where you have envy and selfish ambition, there you find disorder in every evil practice. So the Bible pretty much tells us right there that um, jealousy comes from a evil spirit. There's a spirit of jealousy on that person if they feeling that way towards you for whatever reason or another. So let's get into the signs right quick. Okay, so I think I have about 15 of them. So number one, uh, they consistently talk about how things are, not fair in their life. Like things are just not going well for them. Uh, and they talk about what you have versus what they don't have. And sometimes it's almost, and I've came across this too, where because you may be, they look at you, if they look at you as you may be doing a little bit better than them, it's almost they sometimes will come off as like they trying to make you feel bad because you doing a little bit better than they are. And um, I've came across that a time or two myself with people. And number two, they are always competitive. Now this is one. Now this is a big one for me, because as of right now, I'm kind of experiencing this right now with somebody that works with me. They don't think I know this, that they compete with me, but they do. But I just kind of, I don't really, it doesn't bother me. I don't really, put much into it. It's no big deal because I done been through this before. So but they low key competes with me. um I even have family members that do it as well. Like I had this one I just one family member. I have this one family member. There was a time years ago, and this was before her husband died. If I went and bought a new vehicle, she would go get one. You know, if I mean, just little stuff like that. Um, when I started my life coaching business, and I told her that I was, planning to start one. This was last year. You know what? I wanted to, start a life coach business too. This is why it's really good to just move in silence. Do not tell people what your plans are, because either they're gonna try to steal them, kill them, or try to block it, destroy it in some kind of way. It's just best to just keep it to yourself, especially if you know that person is jealous of you, envy you in any kind of way. Don't tell them nothing. Just keep it moving. Just keep that between you and God. Number 3, they stay away from your social media while lavishing or giving attention to other people's page. To say, like, for instance, like Facebook, and I got some on my Facebook page. Some I've had to actually block or delete off my page because of it. And some of them are family, that they'll post on they will comment on everybody else's stuff except yours. Now, but they are scrolling. Oh yes, ma'am. They are scrolling, looking at your page, and they do see your posts, but they do all they can not to look at it. They do all they can not to look at it, because, like I said, because they feel in some type of way. They can comment on everybody else's post except yours. That's another sign. Number 4, they are always, or most of the time, negative. They always talk negative all the time. And and like I said, I got some family like that. They just, and I do my best. I try to just avoid them as much as I can. Sometimes I even avoid phone calls because from these particular people, because when they call, they talking about the same thing. They talking about this one particular person that they just cannot seem to keep their mouth off of. They just constantly keep talking about this person. I mean, and you just, and me being a peaceful, person, I just don't want to hear it, because if you're not careful, if you entertain that too often, it will also leak over into your spirit. And then that'll cause blessings to be blocked in your life because you are entertaining that kind of thing, But yeah, they don't seem to have nothing positive to say about too many people at all. It's just, and usually when somebody is like this here, that always talk negative all the time, they are normally very bitter. They are very bitter and grudge-hearted type of people. They seem to hold on to things and stuff like that. Yeah, that So I especially past stuff and all of that. But that's that just I just try to stay clear as much as I can. And it's not that I'm trying to be mean. It's just that I just rather just keep my distance. Now, moving on to number 6. Number 5. I'm sorry. Like what I was just saying earlier. They try to bring you down. Um, sometimes they'll try to like, um, if you talking about something positive that's happening for you, um, sometimes they will say certain little slick side stuff to you to try to shoot it down. Um, you know, they'll talk about you to others, but it's always in a negative way. That's just straight up jealousy. That's all it is. Um, and number six, they refuse to celebrate you. With others. Let's just say, you bought you a new car. Let's say you bought you a brand new 2022 Benz, whatever, and and you proud of it, and you proud of that, um, you know, they they will sit back and now you may, let's just say you and this person, you guys are around a group of other people, and somebody in the group saying, "Wow, I like that Benz. That's nice. That's nice. Whatever." But you will notice that everybody is giving you some praise on your new car, except for that one particular person. They won't. They not gonna. If anything, they gonna throw you some shade. They're not gonna give you no kind of praise, no kind of love. As soon as your back turned, they'll be saying things to you. I mean, to them about the new vehicle that you got. I don't know why they want to get that new vehicle for anyway. They know they can't afford it. Watch and see. Don't be surprised. If they get to the point where they can't make their notes. Don't be surprised if they get to the point of where they don't keep it, they lose it, and things like that. Just that old jealous spirit. Uh, and number seven, sometimes they will try to, and I've experienced this before myself. Sometimes they will try to upstage you in front of other people. Try to put you on Front Street. Blast you out. Try to just say stuff to make you look bad. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've experienced that. Um, Number eight, uh, people who harbor a jealous spirit. A lot of times, these people are usually they are very insecure as well. Um, and you'll be able to tell it. There are some body signs that you can kind of tell that um, they are dealing with some. And it could be something about you too that it's a, sometimes it can just be a energy that you give off that make them feel some type of way about themselves. I mean, it's when you come off as so genuine and authentic and they're not. I mean, I've had co-workers from many years ago that was simply jealous of me being me. Just me being my plain old authentic self. Um, and I had a lot of people that liked me for that. They admired that about me. So that's why, I was so likable, with many people, because I was just a genuine, down to earth person, you know. Um, and I've had, people that would come at me, would be so jealous of me that they would do these little, you know, sideways, slick types, stuff towards me, you know, because of that, because of, it is, excuse me, but it's weird how some people can just be jealous of you, of you just being you. I think that's pretty sad, but it is what it is. Number nine, um, Sometimes they will try to avoid you when something good is happening for you, or something good is going well, something is going well for you. Um, I've experienced that a couple years ago with a female um, person that I thought was, I thought we was, pretty cool, But I had been knowing her for years. But in 2018, I had I started buying a home. Now, in the process of me leading up to closing on the home, she was, she was one of my biggest cheerleaders, like she was really happy for me and everything, And so anyway, once I, closed on the vehicle, closed on the home and everything, um, and as time went on, she had, came down to my house, and we would still hang out. We would still hang out. We would go to the track field together, walk the track for exercising and stuff like that, talking about different things and all of that. And but yet, like if something happens to where, like, say, like, for instance, one day, I guess she thought that because I worked from home, and I still do. I still work from home. But I guess she must thought that, well, whenever she was off and she would call me, I guess she must have felt like, okay, well, you should, you work from home, so anytime I call you, you should be able to answer the phone. And I was trying to, and I told her, I said, well, and I thought I had made it clear to her before. I said, now sometimes when you call me, I be in meetings. I be in conference calls, Zoom meetings, team meetings. I'm in meetings all the time with the type of work that I do. And so, um, and so one day, she called me, and I knew she told me she was going to be off that day. It was like a Tuesday. So it was about Tuesday afternoon when she called. But I was in a meeting. I was in a meeting at the time that she called. So while I was in the meeting, I texted her back to let her know that, hey, I'll call you back later after this meeting. And so she said, okay. And I told her, I said, well, I'll call you about, 5:30, 6 o'clock, this evening. And so, okay, so I didn't think nothing of it. So, but then when I tried to call her back, she would intentionally not answer the phone when I would try to call her back. And then all of a sudden, like a couple of days later, I would call her back. Uh, you know, I would text, I would call, because I was calling to see what she wanted, what she, needed, or whatever the case may be. And she would literally she just wouldn't answer the phone, wouldn't pick up. And when you text a person, if they really want to get back with you, it's not going to take them no 2, 3, 4 days or whatever. Uh, if you don't hear from them within a day's time, in my mind, you just straight up, they are just straight up avoiding you. That's just the way I see it. They just straight up avoiding you. And she did that to me a couple of times. And so, so I think it was October of 2020. This happened again. And so I reached out to her. I tried to call her back, text her, whatever. She never would pick up the phone. So I just decided to just delete her phone number. First, I blocked it, and then I deleted it. I said, because I don't have time for that. I said that it's clearly that, to me, that you dealing with some things. But I also kind of picked up too that there was some low key jealousy there, because I've been a kind, warm, genuine friend to you. So why would you stop talking to me because I miss your phone call? no. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. So, but anyway, and it's been 2 years ago now, and I hadn't talked to her since. I hadn't, whatever else, I'm not Facebook friends with her. I don't have no kind of contact with her at all, because I thought that we was better than that. I wasn't mad about it. I just had to move on. But I do know that when my blessings were coming in and things like that, God did show me that there was going to be some people that was going to fall off. That they was going to fall off. That I was going to have to leave behind, and she was one of them amongst a few more. But yeah, you know. And now I'm so clear with with my vision for my life and things like that, and things I'm trying to accomplish and whatever else. I don't have a problem with leaving people behind. You know, especially the ones that that are jealous. They low key jealous. They low key envy. They got all this um, uh, spiritual warfare going on with them. So, but yeah, they will avoid you when you are doing well. I you know, so I can attest to that. They will. Some of them will. Now number 10, like I said earlier, their body language will also um, you know show signs too. There is some insecurities there. Like sometimes when you talking to them, or let's just say you talking about something positive that might be going on in your life, you just pay attention. Sometimes they'll cross their arms, or maybe sometimes they might roll their eyes. You know, uh, if you on the phone talking to them, they will, and this is very rude. Somebody they'll talk to somebody in the background while they got you on the phone talking to you. Like they're not trying to hear what you're saying. Things like that. Or maybe they will. I have a family member that does this. Talk around what you say. you know, talk around what you're saying and try to move the conversation to something else rather than acknowledging what you're talking about or acknowledging your accomplishment or whatever it is that you may be talking about with them. Number 11, sometimes, and this is where you have to kind of really read between the lines. Sometimes a compliment can actually be an insult. I kind of had this to happen to me really not that long ago. It was a coworker. We was at a team meeting, and so I don't know what the conversation was about that we were having, but one of the coworkers had said, "Well, you know, well, Carolyn, everybody can't be, everybody. What'd she say? Everybody is not, they don't. Everybody's not." What did she say? It was something in reference to me not being messed up about nothing. Me having this. I tell people, that it is because of my peace that God has given me that I don't worry about things. I don't, what's meant for me to be for me, what's not is not. And I don't worry about what I cannot control. And I've said that to many people. And once you get into that kind of practice like that, yeah, you would find that you have a lot more better days, peaceful days. And she kind of threw that up at me. It's like, well, everybody can't be like you. Everybody can't be like you. I'm like, well, yeah, that's true. Everybody can't be like me. I said, but at the same time, you don't know my journey. You don't know what I've had to go through to get to this place that I am within myself, with me. You don't know what I've had to go through. You don't know what I've had to experience. See, you know, that's why it's not good to be, judging people like that, because you don't know their story, you know. And but yeah, that's that's one way you can tell, that these are, that's one of the ways that you can tell. Like I said, another couple of the signs is the folding their arms, rolling their eyes, and talking around what you say and stuff like that. Number 11 is no, that was number 11. Yeah, that was number 11. Okay, so number 12, they are always they are always discouraging. They always putting you down. Um, Sometimes, and that's why um, you have to be careful about who you share your blessings with, because sometimes jealousy will allow a person to talk you out of your blessings as well. Cause you to miss out on it. By like, okay, let's just say for instance, let's just say for instance, there's this job that you've been planning to apply for. That you were qualified for the job. So, and you happen to tell, one of your friends, whatever, somebody, one of your associates, somebody you cool with, you tell them about it. And you tell them, the name of the company and the job, that you are applying for. Well, now, so if they jealous of you or want to block you from that job, they'll say, well, I don't think that you want to apply for that job. You might want to think about that, because um, I heard that people don't stay over there long. People are always quitting at that company, and and things like that. So they will say, or they'll say, yeah, you know, uh, they don't. I was told that they don't pay very well. Things like that. It's just little stuff that they will say, to try to discourage you from not applying for the job, because for some reason or another, they don't want to see you with it. Um, and that could be a wonderful opportunity for you, you know. So that's just another sign, that they will try to discourage you when they are jealous of you. 13, they don't support you at all. Some of them don't. Some of them don't support you at all. They don't. I've experienced this myself. Um, you know, and it seemed like with some of them, the more better you do, the more you come up in life, the more they'll, you know, um, not support you. They'll put you down. They'll talk about you, and not, try to put you down in some sort of way, you know, but they won't celebrate you. They won't celebrate you. Because see, here's the thing: is that a true friend, somebody who is a genuine true friend, will always want the best for you. They're gonna always be there for you. They are going to always support you. and they're gonna celebrate you. They're gonna want to see you do well, you know. And they'll always be there when you need them. And excuse me, and they'll always, um, they will always encourage you and build you up rather than trying to tear you down and block you from your blessings, you know. And number 14, another thing they would do, and that goes back to what I was saying about blocking blessings and stuff, they will always give you bad advice. Yeah, they will give you bad advice to keep you from going forward, going towards something that you want, you know. Even in not just jobs, uh, buying a home or buying a car or whatever, but even in a relationship. They will, you know, it could be somebody that you may be interested in, and they will fill your head up with lies about that person to keep you from going towards that person. You may be walking away or turning your back on a good person, all because of some lies that your so-called friend done told you about that person. Yeah, you know. Um, so you know, all advice is not good advice. You know, it's just what it is. That's why you really have to, like I said, read between the lines. And another thing, and this is a big one too, and this is going to be my last point. They will try to imitate you. Yes, they will. They will try and imitate. They will copy you. That goes back to the that goes back to the part about the competition. You know, uh, because when they are trying to compete with you, they will often imitate you as well. You know, they would try to, you know, drive what you drive, uh, dress the way you dress, you know, look the way you look. I mean, you know, they just, yeah. Sometimes they'll do that. They will. I mean, you know, they be hating on you so bad that they want to be you. They want to be you. This, you know, this is jealousy is actually narcissistic. I don't know if y'all know that, but that's just one of the signs that narcissists have. They come off real. They very jealous. You know, but these are just some, and I'm pretty sure that there are several other signs. There are there are several other signs. That you can notice that they do, that they may show you that they're actually jealous of you, or that they're actually hating on you. Just use good discernment, and like I said, and and start loving yourself enough to just cut people off. Just cut people off, and don't feel no type of way about it. You know, especially when God is blessing you and them blessings coming in. Uh, you'll be able to see who's with you. You'll be able to see who's for you and who's not, and that's for real. You'll be able to tell. You know, because when you're doing good, things are going well for you. Yeah, you'll be able to see it. It will show itself. It will. So, so you guys, I hope that you like this content. I hope this is something that might help somebody. Just and click like, share, and subscribe. And I appreciate all of your support. You guys have a good morning, a good day, and a great rest of the week. Bye bye.